makes the catch and dives across for the touchdown.
What he does on the field is nothing short of spectacular.
Reaching over Will Allen, makes the catch for his second touchdown today.
His highlight reel catches and winning attitude make him a fan favorite in Charm City. But to one young Ravens fan, Todd Heap means so much more. Meet Zachary Lederer.
That was like one of the only reasons I'd open my eyes, is when somebody would mention Todd Heap.
A bright, charming 8th grader from Ellicott City, Maryland, and a lifelong sports nut. A seemingly typical 13-year-old, Zachary's story is anything but.
December 9th, 2004.
The day that changed Zachary's life forever.
I knew Zachary was going to the doctor's that day because he was having headaches and some vomiting and we just thought it was a virus. And I got a call at work that they had been to the pediatrician. Sorry. Every time I try to talk about it, it's tough. But they had been to the pediatrician and that Zachary had a mass, a tumor in the middle of his brain. The first doctors we saw in the emergency room at Hopkins basically told us to take him home, make him comfortable.
There was nothing they could do. It was just, they said he would take a big turn for the worse very soon, possibly that evening.
But Dr. Ben Carson, a world-renowned pediatric neurosurgeon, gave hope to Zachary and his family.
Well, Dr. Carson came in and he looked at the MRIs and he said, I don't believe it's where they think it is. I think it's higher above the brainstem, and I think there's more outlook and there's more that we can do about this. Let's not condemn it yet.
So young Zachary prepared for brain surgery.
They have this big metal steel room, which there's nothing but metal other than our clothes and ourselves. And my mom and I were in there, and that, like, if they can't make you any more scared before a surgery than putting you in that full metal room.
The big surgery was 14 hours long, and that's where they went in and attempted to get a biopsy, and they were hoping to possibly remove the tumor.
But when he got close to the tumor was all wrapped in blood vessels. And there was a lot of bleeding and there was a lot of injury to these blood vessels from the surgery. So the biopsy that he got didn't work.
The prognosis was clearly not good, but while Zachary was on the operating table, one of his heroes was anxiously trying to find him.
And apparently, while he was in that surgery, Todd Heap, someone in PR from the Ravens, and someone in PR for Johns Hopkins were searching the hospital trying to find us.
It was actually through the Ravens, and they came to me and said, there's a kid that's in the hospital here, and he's struggling, and he's going through some things. He would love it if somebody would come and visit him. And, you know, at that point I was more than happy to.
They never did find us, but once Zach got into the intensive care unit, they brought, well, Zach was in no condition to receive anything, but they brought my husband and I the jersey that Todd Heap had left and signed for him. And right there we thought that was the greatest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
But even Todd Heap couldn't help Zachary's health.
I had like 5 surgeries in 1 week, so my brain started swelling inside my head, just reacting to the surgeries.
And so he had to go back to the operating room because of that swelling, and Dr. Carson had to take off a large portion of his skull to allow for the brain to swell.
He was just in a very bad state, and the only solution after several surgeries was to put him in a medically induced coma, which was really a last straw.
We didn't know if he was going to be able to wake up. We didn't know if he was going to survive, if he was going to wake up, and if he did wake up, we didn't know if he'd be able to walk, if he would be able to talk, if he would be himself again.
But as they held out for hope, they were far from alone.
For the next 2 to 3 weeks, someone was calling from the Ravens asking when he could come back.
Wow.
Which we were really just, well, I can't speak for him, but I was just blown away that, you know, I thought the jersey's enough. You gotta be kidding me. And they kept calling and calling, and Todd was Zachary's very first visitor that wasn't immediate family. And it was the first day Zachary got dressed.
He was definitely low in energy and low in spirits when I saw him, but he still had a positive attitude.
It's like I realized I was in a low point, so I had to be positive to get back up to where I am now.
To go see him and see how happy he was to see me, and just the attitude he was taking towards it, really uplifting, really inspiration to me.
Inspirational indeed. From that day forward, Zachary's condition got better. Through the whole ordeal, Zachary never lost hope. And though the road to a full recovery was long and filled with unknowns, Zachary tackled it eagerly and with boundless spirit.
Ben Carson tells me that the reason I'm better right now is because of my positive attitude.
Well, Dr. Carson told us and told Zachary that he has never seen anyone recover at the rate that Zachary recovered, and that he attributes all of that to Zachary's determination.
Positive attitude and determination. It's no wonder why Zachary looks at Todd Heap as an inspiration.
He was up there. Like now he's just amazing.
And why Todd looks at Zachary the same way.
Unbelievable to see him now, to see where he's at. And from what they were telling me, it was almost a miracle how he's come out of it.
You gave me your jersey. That was the first day I got dressed. I went through a lot of rehab, but I'm 100% again. I loved meeting you.
In fact, when he heard how well Zachary was doing, Todd invited the entire family to Ravens training camp as his special guests.
The day I found out I was doing this, I told everyone I'm walking on air today.
If a kid can sit in the hospital bed, go have a tumor, and be battling through all the pains that he was going through, and to still stay upbeat and positive about life, that's a good lesson for all of us.